Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your old pal Joe here. I don't know if that's like my new sign-on line or whatever, but it's your old pal Joe here. Joe's here. Joe's hydrating. What's up, Mega Dragon and Nenmaril and Aladocious and Aki and Kite and Batlix and Kenjire and Nintendo and 76 Blades and Saji. Mira, Bobatori, Zio, Corvid, Soft Guitar, Diggity Dave, SD Teen Wolf, Capri, Aberkillo, Jess, Kenji, Marshmallow Love, Batlix, I'm sure I'm repeating myself, Blackbird, CEO, Birdie, Vixur, Marabou, what's up? Thank you for the sub. Almore, Amy, Lee, Ginkgo, SD Teen Wolf, I already said. Malik, and Blue. Is Blue in the chat? Or is it just Malik? Two of my schmoes got engaged. You guys got engaged. That's amazing. Blue Cheetah and Malik are gonna get married. I bet they're gonna kiss and stuff too. Gross. Gross. They like each other. Congratulations, you guys. And I'm glad that somebody remembered to give him a gift sub. Congratulations. That is some really good news in a time that it seems to be devoid of good news. What's up, Kate Triss? How's it going? I'm glad you're not. Well, yeah, you can grin like idiots. That's awesome. Alicia White, Blue and Malik sitting in a tree. Hank Davis says, Bobatori says that you're gonna see each other's ankles. Let's not get too crazy here, Boba. Sock soulmates. Did you guys find each other's missing socks? Is that what happened? Yeah, you guys can't hold hands until after your wedding. I won't allow that. I won't allow that on my stream. There we go. That's a lot more. No, that's too much. That's too much. I've gone too far. Nice. That is awesome. Man, I'm so happy, you guys. I'm so happy. That's so great. Let me know how it goes, because I'm sure it's gonna be awesome. Oh, there was elbow touching yesterday. Ooh. I was willing to go with you on the ankle viewing. I'm not so sure about the elbow touching though. Sorry. Malik proposed? Was it like pretty simple, or was it pretty elaborate? It wasn't like the I think I want to marry you video proposal. Whoever the made that video ruined proposals for everybody. Like, people expect like these big giant, like putting together a music video where people are dancing in rabbi costumes. Oh, the story is on Starboard. I'll check it out later. Okay, there's a proposal story in our Discord. Fantastic. I'm glad. Hank Davis says no eye contact before marriage. That's pretty. All right. 76 Blades. It's worth seeing. It's basically someone doing a music video live with their fiance or soon-to-be fiance in the back of a car. It's very worth it. It's really well put together, but it ruined proposals for everybody, because now everybody has this high bar set for proposals. But back to what we're here to do today, guys. We are here for our second stream supporting Black developers, composers, Black gamers, all that kind of stuff. We have a really exciting lineup of folks here today. We have Will Roger, who he and I go way back. He is used to be, well, I guess you're not used to be. It's like a Marine, right? Once you're not, there's no ex-Marines. Both he and I were in Overclock Remix together. We've played, I don't know that we've played together on tracks, but we've jammed together at conventions and stuff like that. He's known for writing games for LucasArts, for not writing games, writing music for LucasArts and stuff like that. But we'll have him on in a second. I'm gonna go connect with him in just a moment. But he wants to play a new game he's working on called Anew: The Distant Light. And then we're gonna talk to Sean, who solo devved Treachery in Beatdown City, which is hysterical. I mean, I just played the first 5 minutes of it just to test everything, and it is great. He's also going to come on the Discord. And then we are going to play a chill hop RPG at about 5:30 called She Dreams Elsewhere. The developer was unable to, well, not unable, they're just feeling overwhelmed, as is totally understandable. So they they sent me a message that I am going to bring up. Davion Gooden, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly since we didn't have a chance to talk, at Zavir Studios. There'll be lots of links to all of these folks in chat as we are doing our thing. So you should be able to find all of these folks and their games, all of which are awesome. Any subs, any donations, any tips, any bits, all of them are going to the Bail Project today. So 100% of those proceeds are going to the Bail Project, which helps fight our mass incarceration / incarceration for profit system that desperately needs some severe dismantling. So that is a organization that the Minnesota Freedom Fund, once they got enough money, said, please donate over here. So I decided to take the funds that I was going to push towards MFF and push them towards the Bail Project. So that is what we are doing today. We're just going to go, there's going to be no halftime. It's just going to be us hanging out and celebrating Black developers and Black gamers, Black composers. And at the end, we'll do what we did on Tuesday and find, actually last Tuesday was great. It was the pumpkin, oh, geez, I'm freezing up. It's the pumpkin something. We rated them on Tuesday, and that was a ton of fun. So, thank you for all the subs and gifted subs today. Again, all that is not coming to me. You can also donate directly to the Bail Project using our Voice Actors for Change Tiltify Fund, which, Voice Actors for the Bail Project, Tiltify Fund, which had a goal of $1,000, and at the end of our last stream, we just absolutely destroyed it. And I can see, I'm looking at all the donors in here, and I see all you people. I see all you awesome people. So thank you so much for donating to the Bail Project. You can donate directly to that link, which is sort of, it's easier than subscribing and then having to take the money and put it over there. So, but donate in whatever way you feel most comfortable, whether it's subbing or bidding, cheering, all of it's going to the Bail Project today. So thank you so much. I am going to step off here for a second, and I'm gonna contact Will, and we're gonna bring Will in. So give me just 1 second while I do this. I'm gonna do it a bit different. Well, no, I'm gonna go to the BRB screen. We got copyright slammed for the music, even though it's I was given permission. So, but it's okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Ready, set, go.
Cool. Well, hey everyone. I'm Will Roget. I'm a composer in the video game industry.
Hang on a second. Let me see if I can get your actual your mug in there. Let me see if I can get your mug in there. There it is.
Is it? Are we good to go?
Now they can see you and they can hear you. This is Will Roget, everybody, and now for some reason I'm purple again. Hang on. All right, Will, tell us who you are.
Hey, well, I'm Will Roget. I'm a composer in the video game industry. Most recently, I wrote the scores to Mortal Kombat 11, MK11 Aftermath, which just came out this week. People are really loving that one. And Call of Duty World War II, and Star Wars Vader Immortal, as well as Star Wars The Old Republic, Lara Croft's Temple of Osiris, Dead Island 2, and I helped out on Guild Wars 2 and Destiny 2 as well. And some other Star Wars stuff as well. And I apologize if I've forgotten something. It's been a long day. I just moved into this apartment like seconds ago.
It's looking nice, man.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and so I'm like quite tired. So excuse my if I rambled or anything.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't catch like how friggin' incredible his resume was, that's a really impressive array of stuff. And Will and I we've jammed together. Have we ever been on a track together? Like, have we ever we've never collabed, have we?
We briefly did on a demo that I wrote, I think, for a game that I did not get hired for.
Yes, I remember that. I don't remember what did you have me do? Like, what did you?
I think you played a couple different saxophones.
Sax
awesome.
Or something? Okay.
It was really cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. A couple of different saxes. I think tenor, alto, and possibly baritone. So.
Okay. And are you still playing with Disco Cactus?
Every once in a while, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
They're very much, a New Haven, East Coast, New York City band.
Yeah.
And like Lara is better than me in like every conceivable way.
Well, she's a bizarrely talented flautist.
Oh yeah, she's incredible. I mean, well, she's flute is what her like third instrument or something.
It's just so good.
And her flute playing is like way up here in line.
So good.
Like desperately hanging on.
But this isn't about Disco Cactus. This is about how awesome you are. So let's take a look at this game. I'm gonna pop it up right now.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm gonna fade this. I'm gonna turn this off like this. And I'm gonna bring in the game. Oh, that's the wrong game. How about we play the right game? And so immediately I'm in love with the music. Like the first note that you played, it's just this little like synthy thing. Let me see if I'm gonna send you the share, turn on screen share, this. Now you should see the game in Discord as soon as it pops up. It'll load in a second.
Oh, okay.
I hope it'll load in a second.
I haven't seen the game in quite some time, so I don't know how they've pulled things around. Oh, okay.
Okay, now you can see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the music is already super cool. How long have you been working on it?
You know what? I've actually been working on this game for, I think, ever since 2014, late 2014, early 2015. So the story behind this game is called Anew: The Distant Light. It's kind of been a little bit of a godsend. I mean, I've been so lucky to work on so many different major franchises, and this is my first time working on an original IP.
Really?
Which meant that I have full control over how we want to portray the music and the influences and the style and tone. And I think hopefully you'll see that it's quite different. And the reason behind that was that I was hired for this game out of Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. So I finished that. And sorry, let me just mute this before I get distracted.
Okay, the intro movies looks like it's playing now.
The developer reached out to me and said, hey, we think that we really like your orchestral music and your sensibilities towards this style, and it sounds like there's like a hint of art music in what you're doing, a hint of like the classical thing, and we want you to go full on in that direction. So this game is kind of unusual in that it doesn't really hopefully you hear, it doesn't really sound cinematic. You know, like the cinema, we typically take influence from a lot of like late romantic and a little bit of 20th century art music, but it's more of like rock, right? And this
Yeah,
is
it's
more
funny
like
that
jazz.
as soon as you
It's
said,
more
I hope it
about
doesn't
that,
sound cinematic, it started sounding cinematic.
20th century art music, kind of Debussy, Bartok, John Adams, Ratavara, and all of these types of composers, rather than John Williams influence or Hans Zimmer or anything like that. And they immediately told me that's what they wanted, and that's what enticed me at first. And then I loved the art direction and just how different it looked. And that's really what brought me into this title.
Yeah, it's cool. Did you mute me as well? Can you still hear me? I think you muted me.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. It's funny, like before you're like, I hope it doesn't sound cinematic, and this giant orchestra came in, like literally at the moment you said that. But no, I hear a lot of the different influences. Just even this, like, in this intro movie that's coming around. So is the score complete?
It is not. I still have quite a bit to write. It's actually a very large score, and I've been working on it on and off for about 5 years while I've worked on other more like big franchise type titles.
Okay.
But it's funny, like my direction for this game has basically been write all the music that they would never let me write for anything else.
That's the best part about indie projects, man. It's just there's so much creative license. There's no overlords.
Absolutely,
that's awesome.
and it's usually a small enough game and a small enough team that you can really craft something that wouldn't really be possible for a large title. This game has 2 developers total.
Yeah, I see Steve Copeland and Jeff Spoonhauer.
Yep, 2 people.
That's awesome.
And that's it. And me, of course. And I think they brought in like an assistant designer like months ago. But for most of the project, it was just 2 people. So you can see it's very custom made. It's very bespoke. The art style is very different.
It's really cool. It's did you ever play the game Machinarium?
I did briefly. I actually really loved that one.
Yeah, this reminds me a little bit of like Machinarium plus Ori and the Blind Forest.
Ori, I still haven't played Ori, but
it's great.
I have to check that out because I love what I've heard of the score, and visually it's stunning, and yeah.
Yeah, we had friends that played on the second one, didn't we? Didn't Kristen?
Yeah. Kristen plays on it. I forget exactly where they recorded, but yeah, they did an incredible job with that game.
Cool. I just hit new game, so let's see what this is all about. You can feel free to talk over it. I want to see what it's all about.
Sure.
When was the last time you played the demo?
E3 last year.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been a while. I've had quite a lot going on the last year or so.
Is there a projected release date?
No.
Okay. When it's done.
Basically, yeah. We have a goal in mind, and it's sooner than later. But
cool.
We don't want to, set anything up unless it's really ready to go.
Okay, so we're escaping a disintegrating Earth.
Yes. So the story behind the game is, as you can see, you've been born on this spaceship. You've never lived on Earth. And well, I'll let this play because maybe it'll be self-explanatory.
Some really complicated sounds you created there.
Yeah, it was a lot of layered.
I was about to say
piano type stuff going on here.
Okay. Oh, so you're fully grown.
Yep. It was 27 light years away.
Wow.
So the first thing you'll notice is that that's all the exposition you're going to get. Is just that little
That's
note
cool.
that says finding on the right. There's no voiceover. There's no dialogue. All of the storytelling, and it's a very rich story in this. It's all done environmentally. I don't think that in this demo you're going to find too much of that. This is more of like a gameplay demo to just show the different gameplay features and whatnot. And it's going to cut from like one area to the next quite arbitrarily, just to kind of show what we're doing.
Okay.
That's been a really fun challenge as a composer to score a game where you kind of have to lead the story with music and with sound design.
Sounds like a dream to me.
Yeah,
like what a cool opportunity.
Freedom, absolutely. Yeah, lots of freedom to explore unusual sounds in the music.
Oh, I don't. Okay, I don't have any weapons yet. It looks like. Okay, can't go there.
So as you can also see, it's quite the Metroidvania style of
Yeah,
exploration.
it's cool.
Where the world is open. It's actually open world, but as you get different items and powers and whatnot.
Oh, sweet! I got a gun now. Oh, different trigger. Okay. I'm using a PS4 controller that the computer thinks is an Xbox controller, so I have to adapt a little bit. So can you talk about anything that you're working on now?
Yeah, I mean, so there's this. There is MK Aftermath, MK11 Aftermath.
When's it?
Which
it just came out, or it's coming out?
That's come out this week, last week, something like that. And basically, that's a huge expansion to Mortal Kombat 11, where we have an entirely new story mode that expands on the previous story mode with several chapters and new characters as well, and new friendships. So we got friendships back, and
so I saw some of them, and they were hysterical.
Yeah.
Hysterical.
It's so funny, man. Like they have some incredible creativity on that animation team. You know, like
I bet
they do. And it's funny because you look at any game, right? And if you talked about the stuff that they do in Mortal Kombat, oh, so this is another kind of
expository scene.
This is one of the sort of narrative hints that we give.
It's cool. I'm seeing more and more games kind of go this non-expository storytelling way, and I think it's really neat because you as the player get to interpret a lot more.
Absolutely. And I think that the unspoken reasoning is that we figured if you're the type of gamer who's into this sort of Metroidvania style, you're probably going to be experienced with gaming and sharp enough to fill in the details and make the connections and work things out. So we don't really dumb it down. We just let you see the world and
this art is really cool.
Drawing your own conclusions. Yeah. Jeff Spoonhauer does this incredible job with an unusual art style, combination of 2 and 3D.
Some warped steel drums in there. That's super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, in the final version, I have Doug Perry on.
I was about to say, I bet Doug is going to play at some point on this. Doug,
honestly, all of Disco Cactus is in this game at this point, I'm pretty sure.
Doug was hanging out on stream. You guys should remember Doug. He was here a couple weeks ago. I think he raided us. I feel like this thing... Oh, that's why. I'm being eaten.
Yeah, you don't want to get grabbed.
Okay. 27 light years and we picked this place? That's standard. I would believe that. I would believe that of humanity.
Well, so these wormholes take you to another somewhat random part of the world. It's not necessarily linear. This is not at all how it's going to go in the final game. We just wanted to show a couple of different areas in a quick fashion.
I think this is super cool, and I think people will be really excited about this. Oh, this giant creature of some kind.
He might be impervious.
I was about to say, am I wasting my time here? Oh, I got a shotgun.
Until you pick up a shotgun.
Ah.
One of the ninja moves that we like to do is sliding underneath these guys, and you can shotgun them like on the way back.
Oh, that's real Hollywood stuff right there.
Yeah, because they're not super. You kind of have to take note of which enemies are quite mobile and which ones are more stationary, and adjust your movement.
Okay.
accordingly.
All right. So how did you get involved with Mortal Kombat?
It sounds so silly that I would. Well, let me just answer it the short way and then long version.
Sure. Yeah.
Short version, I emailed the guy. Long version. Long version is back in 2016. I did a lecture at GDC. Actually, also on my Lara Croft score.
Oh yeah.
About how I put together the virtual orchestra and how I was able to manage that on like a relatively small budget and all that. And also talking about orchestration and just a bunch of stuff. And it turned out the audio director went to that lecture. And
audio director for Mortal Kombat.
Played the game. The audio director of Mortal Kombat, yeah.
Okay.
Rich Carl of NetherRealm Studios. And he played the game. He seemed to enjoy the music. And fast forward several years, and I was kind of looking for the next gig. I think I just finished Destiny 2 or something. And maybe it was that. Well, it doesn't matter. So I looked at my game collection, and I said, okay, well, what games have I played recently that I really enjoyed the audio for, and that I might want to get in touch with the developers? And I looked kind of at the timing, and I made kind of a couple of piles, because I have quite a lot of PlayStation games at this point. But
right.
It was just a pile of people to contact, and right at the top was Mortal Kombat. They'd just done MKX. I really loved the audio in all of their titles. And I realized also that one of my sound designer friends from Call of Duty World War II used to work at NetherRealm Studios. So I had him kind of put us in touch, and it all kind of went from there.
Wow. So that's a way cool story. Like, people are always asking me, like, hey, can you tell me the story of how you ended up in Fire Emblem? And my story is, someone sent me an audition, and then I booked it.
Yeah.
And like you guys did, like in the developer side, it's always like, yeah, I was at coffee with, and then suddenly a meteor fell, and attached to the meteor was someone's email address, and it's just, you guys have way more interesting stories.
You know, I gotta say that being a composer for games is not really a job. It doesn't feel like, you know, something where it's like, I want to get a job doing this. It's not that at all. It's more like running as the mayor of various towns throughout the country.
Yeah, okay.
There's campaigning involved. I mean, there's making sure that you're in the right place at the right time. And,
yeah, you got to get out there.
You know, the right people, approaching people at the right time, staying on their radar as much as you can, and being really
freaking good at your job.
Yeah, but
always,
I mean,
that's brushing up the skills, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. But it's like they say, you know, a demo reel in the vacuum is, you know, it's kind of worthless. It's all about having real close personal friends, like the aforementioned sound designer, that can recommend you to things, that can introduce you to the right people. This is, by the way, the exact same way that I got onto Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah.
It was another sound designer friend of mine from LucasArts that had worked on Modern Warfare 3.
Okay.
And it turned out that I actually had met one of the audio directors from Sledgehammer just years before for an unrelated reason. And we emailed each other. We met up at CDC. We had a fantastic conversation where we were commiserating about the same issues that everyone's had in game audio and brainstorming on ideas of how to solve it. Right there, and I hadn't been hired for anything, but it was just something that we had all had on our minds.
Cool. That's really neat, man. I'm getting destroyed right now.
Did you make it?
I did make it.
Nice.
But I realized that, like, the control map is a little weird on the DualShock. So, like, I have to hold the directional button up at the same time that I'm walking, and that's a little odd.
Oh,
but now everything's cool because I'm in the water. Yeah. Oh, I died. I touched a jellyfish. Now someone's got to pee on me. Oh, jeez. Is there no way to go up? I guess not. Alright.
You'll see. I mean, it's an exploration game.
It is exploration. For some reason I thought I could, like, swim, but I can't. I just sink. Which is pretty true to life. This is how I swim in real life.
Yeah.
Sink like a rock.
Just jumping underwater.
Yeah, I just jump underwater.
Huh.
Everyone in chat is saying that the stream is being funny. But my bitrate is all fine, guys. I'm not really sure. I don't know what your problem is. Hey, Sky, thank you for the raid. Welcome.
I'm surprised you made it this far.
I'm a pro gamer.
Yeah,
I'm a pro gamer. Actually, I'm very surprised I made it this far. I'm actually not a very good gamer at all.
Well, I meant that,
particularly like.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm just okay. So there is something that you were supposed to get, and you kind of went the wrong way.
Oh, good.
But.
Oh, so you're saying like this is too early to be where I am?
No, I think you're about to hit a brick wall. Yeah.
Where I can't go any further? Did I need a jetpack or something from right here?
What you should have done was, if you go to the left.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go to the left.
I mean, you would have eventually found this, but just for in the interest of time.
That's okay. I don't think chat sometimes wants to see me run my head against a wall.
But yeah, somewhere underwater here.
There we go. Just floating around. Oh, there's a little thing there. The jetpack. Yes. I love the little, you got a new item stinger.
Yeah, it's very Total Recall. I kind of referenced that a little bit.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna die. Do I have infinite jet juice? No, I don't. All right.
So there's like a whole like pro gamer strats thing. I think it's like jump, jetpack, shotgun, jetpack again. No, jump again.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't think you need to do that for this. I think you're fine.
I needed to do it for me. It's just for me.
Well,
no,
you were fine until you got murdered.
Until I got lasered by an amorphous robot guy.
Laser.
But did I keep my jetpack? Yeah.
You do. Yeah. I think it. So the lead programmer and designer, Steve, he's quite influenced by Dark Souls. So you don't
that
really
makes
have
me very
anything
nervous
like
when someone says that.
Well, Soulsborne series is actually a lot easier than people realize. The thing is, the games are just different. So a normal game, what just happened here, where you respawned and you already had everything that you picked up, a normal game would be like, nah, screw you, you got to pick it up again.
Yeah.
But in Soulsborne games, if you pick something up and then die, you still have it. So in a way, it's more forgiving than typical games. It's just kind of...
Hey, Doug's in chat. I don't know if you can see chat, Will. Doug is in there.
I closed Twitch because it's just bandwidth. I'm on Wi-Fi right now.
Well, he's here.
But hey, Doug.
I love this style. Like, what will you call the style that's playing right now, other than Blade Runner?
This is a synthwave track written by the artist.
So you didn't write this?
I didn't write this. Okay. It's slightly frustrating that like everyone only likes this track. That's the one thing that I didn't write.
He's L to attach to in content. But you wrote this item stinger, which we've already established is super cool.
But yeah, so Jeff wrote a bunch of music kind of in this style. It's going to be actually used for a different thing in the game that I don't think I'm at liberty to explain yet.
No problem.
But
this looks
it's just really cool. He's a huge fan of like prog rock bands and like Yes and whatnot.
Okay.
So this is kind of some of those 80s favorites of his.
Metroidvania games make me very nervous. Oh no, what is pilot exit vehicle, pull and hold to fire. So this is where it happened earlier that I don't think the D-pad is mapped correctly. Can I use keyboard and mouse? So maybe I'll do that. Oh, that's awesome. That is really satisfying.
Yeah, it's sort of a, all these enemies that have been griefing you, and now you can just annihilate them.
I'm a fan of that. Oh, I can walk. Okay. I just switched to keyboard and mouse. I love this. So we got about 5 more minutes left together, Will. Is there anything you want to talk about or say to the group or promote? You can plug anything you want. This is your time.
Yeah, honestly, so you'll have to get out as a person,
okay.
So exit the vehicle and then go into the thing. But yeah, this game is a news edition, like. I won't say when, but we are hoping to release at some point in the near than later future.
Okay.
Obviously. However, I believe next week this demo will be on Steam. There's quite a lot more.
Oh, really?
So it's worth checking out. For those who tune in and like what you see.
Yeah, and, everyone's feedback is pretty cool here. So.
Cool. Yeah. And that's it as far as stuff that I personally want to promote. Just this and Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath.
Sweet.
The main project I'm working on is still kind of under wraps. I think that's all I can say about it. But it's also going to be something that I think people will really, really enjoy.
Can you say if it's an indie or big?
It is a major publisher, but you can kind of hopefully intuit from the way that my voice did like a little pitch thing that it's there's more to meet the eye. So
great, that's perfect.
But it's definitely something that I've been looking forward to for quite a while, and I've been working on for a little bit as well. So,
that's cool.
Hopefully, in the coming probably weeks, that'll be announced, and I can talk to the preview about that.
That's awesome. But, I can't wait to hear about it.
Thanks again for having me.
Of course, dude. This was really cool. This game is awesome. Absolutely. The music is awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not to get like too serious when we're just like right about to leave, but
no, it's good.
I try not to think of myself, and this is sort of if any other composers of color are watching or whatever, I try not to think of myself as that. Instead, I just like to think of being a part of the community of game developers and being as much in tune with the community as I can, and really understanding all of the different facets of game development, rather than being so insular on just the music or anything like that. And I think that's given me a nice perspective. That's kind of endeared me to developers so that they understand that I know what they're looking for in a score.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my advice for people who are looking to get into the industry, regardless of color, honestly. It's that you really surround yourself in the industry itself, rather than focusing only on the audio side. And I think that that's a great way to make sure that you're successful.
That's cool. It's Sam and who else is here? Sam is here, and Laura are both in the chat. Who said they recorded for the game? Yeah.
Hey. How's it going, y'all?
And they were just bugging me for like, just get off my back, guys. I'm gonna tell them.
Yeah, they're both performing on this. Laura does some incredible vocals, and Sam does a lot of double bass soloing.
That's awesome.
One of the artistic constraints I set for myself on this score was, you know what? Let's not have any cello. I've done cello for so many scores. I love the instrument, but let's try not to have it at all in this score. And so I hit up Sam, and he explains that he has different ways of performing on the double bass that can get that high range in a really, really nice and rich and emotive way that honestly I didn't even realize that the double bass could do. So I'm very excited by all of our performers on this score. Mateus as well from Disco Cactus.
Mateus and I have actually worked on track. I had him on an Assassin's Creed track I did. Assassin's Creed remix I did where he was playing some bluegrass fiddle, which is awesome.
Yeah, he has
he's
an
real good.
Incredible range of styles that he plays in.
All you guys are crazy talented. I'm impressed that you, like a veteran composer, can say like in the middle of his career, like, oh, I didn't know a double bass could do that. I love music. That's so cool.
Well, that's
so
true.
we're all still learning stuff.
So many things that you can do if you explore instruments as individuals rather than just like I write for the orchestra, but instead like really dive deep into individual instruments and work together with soloists rather than just kind of handing out music and being like play my music. You know?
I like that you keep going back to the French accent for that. That's my favorite. I have. Let's go. Oh, you do speak French, right? I have a French mod. You can give her a French message if you're really excited about it.
Awesome, cool.
She threatens me with baguettes.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. It's been really fun. I hope we get to see each other in person again soon. It's been a really long time.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, you take care, man.
I did. See you around.
See ya. All right, you guys, that's Will Roget. Aki's getting super excited about the French stuff. I am going to leave for a moment, and I'm going to go get Sean, our next guest. Hang on, I'll be right back, as indicated by this BRB screen. Guys, I'm still having some trouble connecting with Sean here. We're figuring it out. In the meantime, I've seen all these awesome gift sub bombs. Thank you so much. In the meantime, we're going to give away some codes for Catacomb Kids, which we didn't do last time. Mods are going to set that up right now while I'm troubleshooting with Sean. Back in a second. All right. I'm purple again. Hang on. This is a weird thing happens every time we go to like Discord and come back for some reason. Okay. I've got Sean here, the developer of Treachery in Beatdown City. Sean, thanks for coming on, man. Tell everybody who you are.
So yeah, I've been working on Treachery in Beatdown City for a long time. Started complete full-time dev work on it in 2012. June 2012, I left Rockstar. I used to work at trailers at Rockstar. Worked on basically every game from GTA 4 to GTA 5. GTA 5's first trailer was the last trailer that I did for them.
Oh wow!
Any input on? Yeah, it was interesting. It was super top secret. I was one of the only people in the company who couldn't see the game. And I thought I was getting in trouble actually because I got called to my boss's office, and he was like, "Here's this thing you can't tell anyone else you're working on." I was like, "Oh, well, that's a lot better than I was like, man."
Yeah.
Like get my orders, get my
Sean, I need to
in
see
order
you in my office.
Get let go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was like he's like, yeah, can you come to my office for a minute? And I'm not used to good things happening.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's either gonna be an ass chilling or yeah. Cool. So
and, it's like I was just saying, like GTA 4. I started on the third trailer for that, and Dead Redemption was where like a lot of people around me had left, and I had like an all new team, so that was exciting. That felt like my first like lead project.
That's cool.
That was
So you're solo dev in this, which means you're doing absolutely everything. What did you do specifically for Rockstar? I'm assuming you obviously weren't soloing there.
For this, I mean, if you notice in the beginning, it's a new challenger in Huracan Works. Huracan Works is my friend Nico.
Okay.
He is the programmer. He builds the whole game out of all of, like, I do all of the rest of the stuff. I always say that we both do 90% of the work.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of work. Then I have a musician that's also in the head cards Inverse Phase.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
I did all the music and is a brilliant musician, has made awesome stuff like across, just made a Nine Inch Nails cover album that got like sanctioned, that he got to talk to Trent Reznor about like getting his blessing for it.
That's cool as hell.
And also Bandcamp is waiving all artist fees tomorrow, so I always tell people, like,
I saw that.
if they want to get music, they can go get Inverse Phase's site on Bandcamp. Yeah, so at Rockstar, I went to school for graphic design and then 3D animation. I didn't really know, I don't know, I had this idea wanting to make video games, but I didn't really know what it was going to entail. And when I was in 3D animation, I actually focused more on doing like really high frame rate 2D animation mixed with 3D. And because I also had a job, like I worked at EB Games full time. I was like the only person in the computer art department that had a job, let alone a full-time job. That, you know, those like rendering would take days, right? Like your thesis would take days. I remember one day I had ever gotten to go to school. I work just nonstop. Well, I remember I worked like 13 hours straight, but that was like the longest I'd ever gotten to do that at school, because I always had an 8-hour shift.
Yeah, man.
Or, you know, or life that I wanted to live. So like, it was very difficult. And so I think I shied more away from 3D animation, and then 2D animation for some reason just became like the thing that I wanted to do. And because it also didn't take like days to render, like I could see it as it happened. And and when I like Rockstar was looking for capture people, they said that like my sense of camera. So like that was the thing, like you kind of compensate for the fact that I guess I was always very visually talented at like camera placement. I used to draw comics when I was a kid, and I also took some more comic book classes while I was at SVA, and so that's all about, you know, strong camera placement. And I worked on a lot of previs and a lot of storyboarding, so that got me my job at Rockstar essentially. And then we did a lot of camera work. When you see those trailers, that's someone playing game with a camera that someone else is moving the camera around. Yeah. And so like coming up with cameras, learning about movies. I got movie literate at Rockstar basically because I had to keep up with everyone else. And I went from like owning 5 DVDs to owning hundreds of DVDs because I just wanted to all these movies and like, you know, learning film theory and all that stuff. And I wrote some pedestrians. My voice, like I voice acted a pedestrian in GTA 4 and in Red Dead Redemption.
That's cool.
I'm actually in GTA 4 like twice because there's a cutscene where they just needed some pickup and
they just reached into the dev team for it. I remember someone telling me about Rockstar kind of like reaching into the dev team every once in a while for the incidentals and stuff like that. That's cool. Have you ever found yourself while you're playing the game?
I looked for myself specifically.
Did you?
Or no? The thing, like I worked in the production.
Sorry, did you find yourself or no?
Yeah, I found myself in both. Because in 4 I had an idea of where I was supposed to be. Because all the characters are very detailed and they actually like have an idea of where all the characters are kind of living in, which, you know, makes sense. Like for like New York, right? Like people go to certain neighborhoods, they live, they work in a certain area, they live in a different area. So the game actually goes by that idea. You only see certain types of people in certain areas, which, you know, and sometimes they move into other areas, and that's like the funny thing that happens. And that's actually a big part of like Treachery Beatdown City was we actually used to have like only fought against certain enemies with other enemies, but then we thought it'd be funny to have like enemies that shouldn't be with each other now all of a sudden be with each other, because then it worked. It worked just from like a cutscene standpoint. And
Sweet. I'm actually gonna bring the game up for right now. I don't know why I didn't have it up before.
And I mean, I wrote some pedestrians. I helped out with some testing at some point. Like I started wanting to get more into dev. That was kind of my thing. I didn't want to work on trailers anymore, and I wanted to work more on the dev side. So I did that for about 6 months before leaving.
Sweet. Let me bring up the game, and I want everybody to watch this intro because I think it's amazing.
That's actually, the intro is the first thing I ever made for the game. Like I put together a photography montage for the intro, and I used the Escape from New York theme.
Okay.
Slowed it down quite a bit, and then just made like a 2-minute long intro. And that's what Inverse Phase worked on to make the first like 2-minute track. I didn't know I was gonna make a game. I was just like, I want to make a cool intro to a game.
It's
that was
awesome.
The initial idea.
Did you take any influence from Bad Dudes?
I mean, of course, like a little bit. Bad Dudes is interesting because it's interesting because like Bad Dudes and Double Dragon on the Nintendo were like 2 of my favorite games as a kid. Although I didn't own them, my friends had them, so I had to play them there and I had to remember things. Like Bad Dudes is weird because like you save Ronald Reagan. It's like no one wants to save Ronald Reagan. Like
that's funny.
And it's just so it's like looking at like country like politics through like a Japanese side, because they looked at America and they were like, oh, Ronald Reagan, he's the president. People would go save that president. It's like no one would.
Yeah.
Dudes in like suits, like the Michael P. Keatons of the world would go to save Ronald Reagan. It'd be bad Keatons.
That's funny. The intro is amazing, and like the way that you just kind of like. Well, first of all, Brad Steele. I want to. Are you watching? Are you watching the stream at all right now? Like, can you see the stream?
I can't.
Okay. So I have a friend named Brad who's also a voice actor, who looks exactly like Brad Steele. And I wanted to show everybody a picture. He's gonna get so pissed off at me, but I'm doing it. And this is a public picture. So hang on, I'll draw. Can you see the chat? Or can you see the stream?
Let me get on the Twitch. I'm about to get on the stream. Yeah. Where is? I don't have a link to the stream.
Twitch.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Twitch. Yeah, I got it.
Brad's gonna kill me, but I feel like it just looks just like Brad from your game. I don't know if you could see him.
It's coming up.
Okay.
It's probably going to be a lag. Oh, and Twitch wants me to watch a video because...
Nice. Well, then I'm going to hide him until he gets back. For those of you in chat, Brad is actually the voice of Tom Sheldon in Just Cause 4, which we were playing now. So you'll get to meet...
Okay.
Chat will get to meet
there you go.
Brad. So there's Brad.
And buddy Omar is was like the director or producer or something.
Omar Shakir, yeah.
Yeah, me and him used to work at Rockstar together.
No shit. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah.
He came in a few years in, and yeah, I used to call him Batman. It was funny because he used to sit in a dark room and edit, and then they put him in my room together, and then we became like really good friends.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, Omar, I was Cesar in Just Cause 4, so it was we had a lot of time working together. So can you see Brad now? Can you see?
I saw the picture. Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks
I'm turning. Yeah. Ours is kind of like an amalgam of Peter Steele from Typo Negative.
Okay.
And just like big Mexican wrestlers. And yeah, I mean, we use like a ton of like a photo reference to try to come up with something. But yeah. Oh yeah, like Bradshaw, the wrestler.
Yeah, okay. The game starts with someone punching a cop. I love it. This opening sequence of all the Spanish jokes. It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, the first election I voted in was like, actually the second. The first was presidential. The second was the mayor of New York. And then I had to stick with a billionaire mayor for the next 12 years.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm open. So Open Mike Eagle is a rapper, amazing artist. He's actually, that's who the newscaster is.
Okay.
He's like a real person.
Okay.
He did a track. We did this like theme song anthem for the game that exists on like YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. It's actually been streamed quite a bit, like, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I guess Open Mike Eagle is the only real person that's in this game.
Nice.
But he's playing a fake person. And in a lot of his music videos, he ends up playing like a newscaster. Actually, a week or two after the trailer came out, he had his own show on Comedy Central for a while.
Oh, really?
The New Negroes.
Okay.
Where it was like a comedy show, and he had a new music video every week, and they were all like Method Man and MF Doom and Lizzo, and like it was crazy. It was just like, it was an amazing show. In one of the episodes, he was also a news anchor, and he like texted me. He was like, "So you know, I'm gonna be a news anchor." I was like, "That's funny." So
nice. I'm gonna get myself out of the way again over here. I'll go over to the corner. There we go. Now everyone can see the game. So you did all the art. You did all. You did the art, or you didn't do the art? All this pixel art?
I did all the pixel art.
That's really cool, dude. I have no artistic ability, so.
Oh, this is like a bug that we're working on fixing. Like, if you notice, like her head is on the side, it's because I think you're streaming with like we had an issue with like resolutions that we're trying to figure out, where we were trying to lock people to like 640 by 360, 1280 by 720, 1920 by 1080, even 4K. All of those normal resolutions,
standard aspects.
fine.
Yeah. This, I'm on an ultra wide, so
just,
yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why. Yeah. So this shouldn't look like that.
That's all right.
I don't know. Figuring out that clamping is we don't have ultra wides.
It doesn't impede the game for sure. I like this guy's name is Ugly John.
Yeah, that was a person that I saw on the street, and I drew that character, sketched him, and then kind of just worked on a background story for a character.
He wasn't like,
like,
this guy wasn't just really in the street being a racist piece of shit, was he? Like, is that, or is it just a character model?
It's just a guy that
okay.
He looked like vaguely like this, and you know, part of the game's aesthetic comes from Ren and Stimpy, actually, like the idea of like making things look so grotesque up close.
Yes.
And so we were like, yeah, because it's like, you know, the thing about the sprite art is it's like you see the character up close and you get this idea of who they are, and then you always think that that's what they look like when you see them really small. It's like very like specific aesthetic choice. It's like, you know, you can't think about like Ren and Stimpy without thinking about like Ren's teeth breaking like glass, or the stink lines coming out of his mouth when he had to have like a tooth pulled or whatever, and you're just like,
Ren and Stimpy was gross. Ren and
that.
Stimpy was disturbing. Like, it felt weird watching it. It was, what a great show. Oh, now I gotta beat the crap out of Ugly John.
This is the tutorial. It's slow because there's a lot. Like, the thing is that this game is not a standard beat 'em up. Like, this game is me being kind of annoyed with. Well, it's me being annoyed with like what was coming out as beat 'em ups at the time, and just thinking like, well, could we make a single player fighting ish beat 'em up RPG that someone could play by themselves and have a really good time with?
Cool. Yeah, it's like a little, like a little turn-based, but not really, right? So we'll go with the boxing.
Like you have to think, like, because in this fight, also there's like a secret. In this fight, John doesn't really, like, in this tutorial section, he doesn't fight you. He doesn't fight you back, like, unless he's supposed to. It's not like he's a different version of like when you fight him in the wild, essentially, because he's basically supposed to take the turns that you need him to take, that you can't like lose before, you know, getting to a thing or something go wrong, because the systems, it's all about, right now it's all about learning.
Okay. Lisa stopped to do
I guess if you played the game in like 1080p windows, that would actually fix a lot of the UI or something. I don't know.
Like not full screen.
Yeah, because it's the full screen that like, it's like all the clamping. It's like all this crazy stuff that like, you know, it's not really easy to find all this stuff on the internet, like how to do it. And my programmer did a really good job. But then we get to other people's monitors and it's like, oh, this doesn't work. But if it's windowed, it's always fine. It's because when it goes full screen, it's trying to adjust everything.
Maybe I can
drag it to where
I can make it happen. Let's see. I might be able to fix it.
Yeah, it's the options come. There's an issue where if you open the options menu during the tutorial, you could actually, I think, like leave and cause a whole bunch of problems. So you can't.
Maybe I won't do that. I won't do that.
You can do it. You can't even open the options menu until you finish the tutorial.
Okay, great.
Like it's one of those like indie dev hacks where you're just like, okay, if you let the person open this window, it's gonna break the whole game. You have a few days to finish and get it out. Like, what do you do? And you just disable the button until they're done with the tutorial.
Switch to the grapple tab. Press R1. Okay. Grapples take 2 bars. Grapple and then a clinch punch. Nice. Now he's bleeding.
That's also like one of those things where it's like the bleed doesn't always happen, but in the tutorial it always does because you need to learn about it.
Yeah.
Tutorials are very interesting because we wanted to make something that was engaging, because like, you know, the play through the tutorial is really important. I actually like this tutorial is still fairly wordy, but we actually reduced a ton of the words and we make you learn more stuff later because we're trying to jam everything into one fight and it just is not helpful.
Yeah, but I tell you what, like, you're clearly a good writer, and like having well-written tutorials makes it interesting to, you know, even if it's expository, it's interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, people like the writing of the game. I worked really hard on it. I rewrote everything a bunch of times.
It's awesome.
I rewrote some of the cutscenes like weeks before the game was done because I was like, this person doesn't actually say the one thing they need to, or there's no punchline here, or this person's too sympathetic. No one's supposed to be sympathetic in this game.
Yeah.
Except for the main characters. The main characters have their issues and they have their flaws, but you know, you're supposed to like them. That's also the other issue. Like, we didn't want to make Lisa seem, because initially I think she was a lot more like hardline, like strong woman, whatever, and then we ended up, we're like, we need to give her some like funny flaws, or like one of the things that I don't know if it comes across, but if there's ever a corny thing that she says as like a comeback, it's because she's bad at comebacks. Like, because I like specifically like give her bad comebacks because she's not supposed to be like.
The game is so funny, dude. Sorry, I'm like watching the text go by as I'm listening to you talk, like record of public urination.
Oh, there's the chat.
Why didn't you just ask you?
I'm definitely watching it on a lag. So
yeah, there's a little bit of a delay. I can cast it to you maybe at the same time. I don't know if that's gonna cause me some lag, but I could do that if you'd like.
No, I'll just react to your reactions.
Okay.
I'll be in the stream, so I'll see how people.
Okay. I have a big day of shouting outside of bars planned. Were you saying you were a comic book artist as well, or just a comic book fan?
As a kid, like, I wanted to be a comic book artist. I drew a ton of comics. I made like 300 characters. I really loved Mad Magazine and Crack Magazine. Yeah. I made my own Insane magazine, like where I drew every letter to be its own like cartoon font thing. Still remember my favorite joke from those, which was remember Puppy Surprise? Like the surprise, puppy surprise.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like the dog, and you could just pull random amounts of dogs out of a pregnant dog, which was weird, horrifying as a toy.
Yeah.
So my joke was, and I had never seen the Alien movies, but I had seen the Alien movies through Cracked and Mad Magazine, right? Like I knew what kind of the idea of it was. So then we made Alien Surprise. It was like, how many aliens are there inside? And it's like, there's just one. And it's like, there was an arm coming out. And I thought that was pretty cool. It was like
that's awesome.
8 or 10 or something.
I like how John's like descriptive adjective keeps changing as the scene. Like he was selfish John, now he's shy John. And clueless John.
Yeah, this scene used to end a lot more ambiguously, like he was more sympathetic, and then I was like, nah, it'd be funny if he just didn't understand.
I love that it's like overt racist stupidity. Like it makes its point in a really unique way.
I have so much time, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's something, I have a lot of stand-up comedian friends, and so I've thought about stand-up comedy, but I hate stages. It's the most frightening thing on the planet to me.
Yeah, I feel you.
Although I give talks, so I don't know. Yeah, so like, the idea that you can't like, there has to be a punchline. You can't be subtle, or else no one's gonna get it. Be sort of subtle.
All right, now I'm gonna fight him. Ugly John is attacking. Race.
Yeah, so this is where we were like, this tutorial used to be completely until he was dead. We did not give you any choice of what to do. So then we were like, you know what, at the halfway point, or close to halfway, then you can have that in, like, kind of, it was because I think people they weren't getting any way to understand the game for themselves.
Okay.
We had to break off the training wheels and be like, now play, because you can actually lose at this point. So
nice.
This John still won't. He still won't try to attack you if you're not facing him, because we don't teach you that until a little later.
Okay.
So it's like it's still like in your favor. The next enemy you'll fight is just full on training wheels off, though.
Okay.
It's
a snack machine.
Good, yeah.
I'm gonna punch the vending machine. All right. Oh, Yang. Okay.
Yeah, and you got those the keys. DM'd you.
Highlight, turn around, and press. You owe us for the, never mind. Peace. I love it.
Yeah. Let me know when you're on the map. Oh yeah, you have a conversation now, right, with our dad?
Yep.
So saying I'm like slightly behind. Yeah, let me know when you're on the map, and then I'll you should just open the menu on the map.
Okay.
Same menu button that's in the plan, and you can change the
aspect.
No, yeah, I thought about getting a super wide screen, and I'm like, man, how is that for like other games? Because I feel like it just at my job we just switched to from 1080p monitors to 4K monitors, and I have an NVIDIA 1080 card in my computer, and it just makes Photoshop run even worse because it's I'm trying to do.
I don't PC game a whole lot. I'm a console gamer mostly, but what I'm using as a voice actor, and I do video editing and stuff, like the extra real estate is really nice. Like the widescreen's very nice. Yeah. And usually, like on the games that I've played, a lot of them have adapted well, but not all of them. And yeah, it really just kind of depends. I'm still talking to Antonio.
Yeah, some games have like, some games do really well, and then some games just don't. Like, because a fighting game can't work. Some games do, but it just is confusing because a fighting game, you can only exist in the 1080, like the widescreen. So ultra widescreen, even if it shows you more, it might actually throw you off because it's like the UI is still telling you what's going on in the middle of the screen. I don't know what our game would do. Like, our game would have to, like, I'm gonna have to, like, maybe get a hold of, like, a ultra widescreen monitor.
Which couldn't happen because Mutant Guy pees everywhere. And that's what I find out. I love it. Mayor.
I just remember today's Thursday. Like today feels like a Friday to me for some reason.
I've lost track of all days. I think many people have. A lot of times, like I have to consult a device for it to tell me what day it is.
Yeah. Open Mike Eagle on his Instagram. Actually, he does 5 days a week now because he's a musician who don't do live shows right now.
Yeah, I love musicians have it tough.
He has a show called Quarantine Drive Time Radio, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Their catchphrases, they're in the biz to let you know what day it is. They have little beats that play like it's Monday, like over them, and then they also do like just DJ sets and stuff that Instagram doesn't like because apparently Instagram has bots that track whether or not you're using like licensed music or whatever on your IG live. It's cool because it's like a little DJ set every day, and they tell you they do like funny like weather skits, and they have a birthday every day for like a different like celebrity. Do a little dance thing. I don't know, it's fun. But again, like it literally reminded me when Monday was Memorial Day. I was at home from work, so I didn't work at all, but I worked on my game, but I forgot what day it was because it just felt like Sunday or whatever. So seeing that go live, I was like, oh, it's Monday. Cool.
All right, I'm on the menu, and I'm going to see if I can't...
So you should be...
okay.
Hopefully windowing it won't break everything.
I don't think it'll break everything. Even though it's not full screen, it's still pretty full screen for me.
Yeah. Well, it's also good for us in the corners.
Let's see. Can we do that? That works?
That should...
Okay. That works for me.
Let's see. I haven't seen it yet.
It looks much better. The some of it's gonna get cut off by my border, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Where am I? Oh, there I am. All right, let's fight this spiky-haired dude.
Yeah, that looks. Yeah, there you go. That's the. that's what it's supposed to look like. That's the problem. That it's like so many. We've spent better part of the month after we got the Switch version like sent to Nintendo for approval. We were like freaking out about resolution.
Yeah.
It's like.
All right. Let's try this. Grapple. And then a cinch punch. Yeah! Oh, now I'm blind. He poked me in the eye.
Yeah, so this is when you get like, this is an enemy that you can lose against. So yeah, in the beginning of the game, in the beginning of the fight, it kind of explains to you that like, yeah, CT Punk is sneaky type. So he, so yeah, there's different class type characters, and So he's more likely to he's more likely to be. Different enemies can counter grapples. That's like a big thing because we want our game to have like a bit of that wrestling game style. So
right.
Like sneaky type characters, our whole thing is trying to make it so that you can't strike them, but that means that you can grapple them a bit easier. So like you actually can't block his dirt kick because he'll just kick right through it, kick the dirt at you, and he's all about like grapples and everything. And he's like one of the we always say he's like the Pidgey of the game, like in Pokemon.
Okay.
How Pidgey just throws dirt at you the whole time the first time you fight Pidgey.
Heck yeah! I knocked his ass out. Lisa recalled the Tres Jabs strike combo action.
And that's so that's when you start learning that also you get combo actions that are 1 bar. Then instead of only being able to do like 3 moves, you can do 3 moves, then 2 more moves, then you do 5-hit combo. So like combo system, you could also do like, because you have the bars are just the actions, so you can do like strikes into grapples also. Then you can make your own. That's the whole thing. Our whole thing is where like you can build your own combo system. Basically,
it's
you
cool.
can build
it's a really
strike combos.
Very unique fighting system. Heather is a support type. Supports will perform buffs for their teammates. Break this garbage can. All right, I got some chicken. So how do I make FP generate faster? Because it seems to slow down at about 30.
Well, so like doing small combos, that was like why we ran you through that, like do small combos in the tutorial. Because if you do like a 3-jab combo in like on the menu, that will get basically gives you a multiplier. So as many hits as you land, you get like a little bit of a multiplier, and then you get put into combo mode, which is that C that goes over your head. And then that makes your multiplier even more. Like you can essentially keep that combo a little longer, a little further. Yeah. It's like it's all about like trying to do as many actions, well, strike actions at least, as you can in a row, so that you can it's like building small moves also into bigger moves. And then like if you do like the uppercut and she's in the combo mode, that means she has a higher accuracy. It's more likely to hit. That's like the whole thing. It's like the FP kind of shows the accuracy of the move, and it's kind of like thinking about like when you fight somebody, quote unquote, in the real world, right? Like an uppercut is, or even a fighting game, like an uppercut's less likely to hit if you don't like link into it. Essentially, that's why we wanted this C to be like the link into it. Essentially, It's like the idea of you comboed into it, and then you get the payoff from it.
Nice. We got about like 5 minutes left. Do you want to take some questions from the chat, or do you just want to keep playing the game? It's totally up to you.
Anyone has any questions? Yeah. Did you see that DM Mike sent you about the
maybe
keys?
not. I did get keys. So yeah, we can give away some keys right now. Chat, if you've got questions for Sean, drop them in chat and I can relay them. Or if you are watching, I don't know if you're watching chat, Sean, you don't have to. Yeah, and in the meantime, mods, well, if we queue up the giveaway, then people will spam the chat and no one will be able to see the questions.
I think Joe looks like Adam Driver.
That's the first question you're gonna pitch him, guys? Really? My audience, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that.
Adam Driver looks like a rat.
Well, awesome.
He like the shape of a face like a rat, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I get that. Now that you're saying that, I totally understand that. What's the hardest part of pixel art?
I mean, it's like saying what's the hardest part of art. Like for this game, a lot of it is, I mean, like the conceptualization. So you're working within, it's interesting because I think people look at pixel art as easy, and I looked at it like pixel art to me is like cubism or abstract expressionism, because it's basically you're taking you know, like the interesting is the old when they used to make pixel art, it was like they would draw things and then they would have to like program in every block to make the art into the computer, and they were still doing something reverse where they were having to express a thing but with as few colors as they could put on the screen, or you know, certain people use or technology to do more. Like Street Fighter 2 specifically, they talk a lot about the colors and the how they got the drawings to get to where it is. But you know, making something very expressive, has limited resolution, and something that gives you a feeling. Like our whole game was like, we wanted to make you feel like you were in like a dystopian like New York style thing, and we deal with like a top down, we deal with a side scrolling, we deal with the like photos. All of those are different styles, and they all have to kind of look like they go together, and they all have to tell the same story. That's actually why, like, you know, we have the macro and the micro and then the zoom in on people's faces, because it's trying to give you this sense of a greater space. And that's challenging, right? The other challenging thing is that I think a lot of people look at a lot of pixel art and they think it's all the same. There's really bad pixel art out there. There was a lot of bad pixel art when it started coming into vogue in indie games, and a lot of those people actually got away with it, and people were like, man, this was like retro whatever, and it's like, no, it's kind of bad art, but you're misremembering like what old games look like. And my game's supposed to kind of look like it's an homage to Double Dragon, definitely, like on the Nintendo specifically, for very specific reasons. But then it was also like, well, we don't want to make all our backgrounds are bespoke. Like if you've seen it, like we don't tile like buildings next to each other. We actually, everything has like a specific, I actually use Google Maps a lot to make a lot of the backgrounds, because I know New York, and I would take things together into Photoshop, and then I'd have to kind of abstract, like, what does a storefront look like? What do magazines in a storefront look like when they're only 3x3? So it's like this, it's a lot of this concept of abstracting art down to its like core of what you want to express with yourself with. So that's what's hard, is it's constant like thinking about it. And you know, I think everybody has their own way of doing it, and it depends on the fidelity. But for this game, we chose a fidelity on purpose because we wanted to see how we could express things with that fidelity. It wasn't like, I think people look at it as like, this is lazy or this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, you know, everyone makes their own choices for their own reasons, I think. People do just try to make pixel art that's like, quote unquote, easy. But I've also taught pixel art classes, and I talk about how art is important first and then pixel art is important second. Like, you know, it's like you need to have some art skills, I think, to do good pixel art.
Nice. Another question came in. What video game character do you relate to the most?
Garcian Smith from Killer 7.
I don't think I've ever played that game.
I recommend playing it. It's one of the best games of all time.
What is it? Pitch me.
Do you know like Grasshopper Manufacturing? You probably don't. Like Suda51, the game designer.
No.
This game came out on the GameCube and the PlayStation 2 back in like 2003. It's got first-person like psychedelic, you play a contract. You basically play this contract killer, Harmon Smith.
Okay.
Who and he has 7 personalities that he switches to through a TV. They all have to go. So it's like the future, and like Japan is trying to take over America, and there are these terrorists called Smiles that they explode. It's this weird, scary kind of. They laugh. It's really scary, and it's first person, but it's an adventure game, but it has this like light gun game aesthetic to it.
Okay.
And all of the 7 personalities all have like, you know, they're really great in that they have great tight backgrounds and they have great tight like video elements in it. There's actually a whole boss fight where fight the Power Rangers basically, because it's interesting because they're contract killers in this weird world, and they actually animated it out to be like an anime, which was not like the whole rest of the game. I don't know. That game is one of my favorite games of all time, and Garcia Smith is just this really cool character in it. And Garcia Smith is just like, he's basically, I think, in a lot of ways, the main character of it. And it's like the whole idea of having these 7 kind of very different elements of yourself that you have to take into battle every time to make sure you see success is important.
That sounds amazing. What's the name of the game again? Because I want to look it up.
Killer 7.
Say it one more time. You broke up.
Killer 7.
Killer 7. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I'm familiar with it. That is really cool. Suda 51. Yep.
Yeah.
Did I play it?
Suda's a good friend of mine.
Maybe I did play this game. No, but it's on my list now.
It was it was kind of obscure back in the day, and then it came back out on PC recently. It's really beautiful because it just shows that, like, again, it's a cel-shaded game, and they made it in 2004 or 2003. The style can scale to any resolution. So I'm actually curious to know what it looked like on your computer, because the resolution won't be a problem in terms of like Christmas. I'm curious like if the UI supports it, but
yeah, that's interesting. I wonder, because it was GameCube and PS2. I wonder if there's a way. There's no way to wait on like play it on modern systems or PC.
PC, it's on Steam.
Oh well, okay. Then there you go.
They just built it, put it out again. Yeah, that's how I last played it. I didn't play through it all the way, but yeah, it's a amazing game.
Awesome. Well, Sean, I really appreciate you taking the time to come on the stream today, man. This is a really neat game. Beatdown City is hysterical. Like, the writing is so on point. The pixel art is cool. The combat system's interesting. And thanks for giving us. We're gonna give away. Actually, let's do that now, mods. Before we let Sean go, go ahead and give away. How many keys did you give me? 4? 3?
3.
I gave them in my stream already. Yeah, okay, three codes, perfect. So let's give away 3 codes, mods. Let's run that, and then we'll let Sean go back to life, and we'll play our last game for the evening.
Oh yeah, tell Davion I said hi.
He's not coming. Yeah, they're just kind of burned out. So he gave me a little message to do anyway.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. She Dreams Elsewhere is a great game.
I'm excited.
Davion Gooden. So we had Davion at so I run an event called the Game Devs of Color Expo in New York. This year it's going to be online only. GameDevsOfColorExpo.com. Davion showed his game there last year, and also we had him on his first panel. It was a hip hop and video games panel.
Nice.
Great panel.
That's cool. Did he write the soundtrack to the game? Do you know?
He worked with a lot of indie artists on it.
Awesome.
And we talked about that during the panel about like finding indie artists to work with, and just the idea of just having like it's something you can work with, and you can get like a really good soundtrack by doing that. Although sometimes having the rights in the future can be very difficult.
I'm looking at Killer 7 on Steam. That's definitely going on my list.
Yeah, it'll probably be on sale too. You know, I think I bought it full price because I had been waiting for it for a while. But you know, I don't usually actually say, "Hey, go buy it on sale." I think it's doing okay. So
yeah, it's
buying
like
it on sale wouldn't be the worst.
$20 or so right now.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Not bad.
All right, guys, let's close up that giveaway, and we'll let Sean go.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming, man. This is awesome. And thanks for sharing your game with us. All right, let's see who won. Gracie C1902, Zay Izzle, and Draguskin. are all winners of Treachery in Beatdown City. Awesome. Sean, thanks again for coming. Thank you for giving us the codes. I hope you guys enjoy the game. Have a good one, man.
Sure.
See ya. Oh, I closed myself. There we go. Sweet. Wow, my OBS is such a mess from pulling all these different elements and stuff. So, that was really cool. What a neat game. What a neat spin on a genre of game that is like legitimately 30 years old, but bringing some fresh life and some fresh perspective to it. That's really cool. We've got one more game to play tonight, which is She Dreams Elsewhere by Davion Gooden. And let's load that up. Let's just do it right now. Oop. So before we load it up, Davion was just feeling overwhelmed. Didn't want to come live, but didn't send us a message. So let's read that message. I'll go big or go home. Davion says, hey y'all, Davion from Studio Zavir here. I hope I'm pronouncing all of these things correctly. Everything sucks now, huh? It's truly some insane times we're living in, and things are pretty hard for a lot of people for a lot of reasons, especially for us POC. With that being said, it's important to keep up hope and keep fighting the good fight. Our voices deserve to be heard, and our words actively listened to. She Dreams Elsewhere is a game about how it's okay to not be okay, and keeping up hope even in the darkest of times. Something that I believe is especially important these days. While I've personally been pretty burnt out, heartbroken, and exhausted this past week, I can't express my joy and pride in seeing folks from all walks of life come out to support Black voices and the fight for equality. I have a lot more to say and do, but in the meantime, I encourage all of you to continue to support Black voices and fellow POC, not just now, but all year, all the time. Please stay safe, take care, and be excellent to each other. Enjoy the stream. From Davion. Davion, thank you so much for sending us that message. Rest up, and we'll all do what we can to fight this fight together, because it is a fight worth fighting, and that's a great message. Let's load up some She Dreams Elsewhere, which is currently you don't need to buy the game. It's not out yet. You can just download the free demo. I need to. All right. Hang on. This one. That's not the right one. You can already hear the great soundtrack. Okay, let's see if it displays the way I would like it to display. Ready, set, go. No? Not gonna help me out here? All right. We'll try again. All right, I'm gonna change the options. Graphics, let's do full screen off. And then we'll do, let's add it as a window capture instead. That's what I'm looking for. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Let's fit to the screen. That works for me. We'll bring it down here. Man, just like, I tell you what, there are some days, and today and yesterday, they've all been one of them, where I just need like this to be on in the background and have nobody talk. I'm already in love with the music in a major way. So let's go right into it. I'm gonna let the game speak for itself as much as I possibly can get myself to shut the f up. Holy crap, the sound design in this game. Let's see if that makes it up. Oh, sorry, guys. Alright, so some traditional RPG elements in here. I recognize some of the sound effects from RPG Maker, yeah? Thanks for the gift subs, you guys. Look at that, like, the color shift is super sneaky. I literally have goosebumps. I smell an intentional loss. Delivers a sick, confidence-destroying burn. Let's burn. Sick burn? No, no sick burn. Yikes. What the f? Freaking music, you guys. I guess I could open the door, but like I'm too busy doing it. All right, we'll open the door. Talia and Amir. Let's be honest, I guess. Guys, I don't know if you can tell by my face. I am in. I am in right now. I will play the shit out of this game when it's done. I'll tell you right now. I love it when like internet, like when modern culture makes its way into games like this. So like this, the alternate capsulators is when you're, and I always hear it like, it's called Do Not Disturb. Like that's the voice that I hear in my head. When I see like, oh, like that's the voice. I don't know what voice you guys hear in your head, but I bet you have one. I can guarantee you have one when you see text written like that. Anyway. I got green tea. Which has caffeine, but also L-theanine to help balance caffeine's effects on the body. You guys get one, okay? All right, let's get dressed. Received the same shit I wear every day. What's really like astounding about this so far is that is the focus on inner dialogue. Like this self-talk, the way we interact with ourselves is so important and really reflects a lot of like how we interact with everybody else. So this is really interesting, especially because the language that she's using is very, it seems very light, you know? 76 Blade says it's the game's beautiful and hilarious at the same time. It's exactly what I'm saying. It's like the things we say to ourselves when we think we're joking, but you can already tell that Talia's, she needs something. Even though it's written in a funny way, like a lot of people brush off what's really bugging them with humor, myself included. All right. Oh, puppy's coming. But, oh, okay, I can move past him. But I've like totally lost track of what time it is. All right, we got a few minutes left. Go to this blue. Well, let's see what's in here. Please select an item. Do I have any? Oh, I've got some money. Buy some magic soda, just in case, and another green tea. Great. Gracie, you relate to Talia because this is a well-written game. Yikes. Is this the way to go? Wait, what am I doing? Oh, it's on this one. You're on the corner? Yeah, alright. It's Oliver. Good old Oliver. I really like the name Oliver. Huh? That dude's drunk. Oh, we're gonna find a drunk guy. A drunk dude. Me and Oliver are gonna f him up. Let's hit him. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, let's roast him. Sick burn. Wait, he's dead, right? Oh yeah, he's out. Yeah. Dang, guys. I gotta go, but like, I'm gonna keep this music on as I talk to you and we say goodbye. That was amazing. I'm really excited about that game. There's a lot to be said there, and there's a lot to be said about what games can do for us that other forms of media can't. You can get inside somebody's point of view in a game like you just can't do in a movie or even in a book. I would love to play this game and have Davion out on the stream once this is complete. In fact, I've already invited pretty much everybody that's been on the stream to come back on the stream once their games are done, or, you know, Adam yesterday with Proto Droid. I would love to have him come back once the game comes out, because that game looks super cool too. Guys, there are people out there of all races, of all backgrounds, of all over the world we've explored over the last 2 streams. People in Cameroon, people with all kinds of backgrounds, making amazing, beautiful pieces of art. These folks deserve your support, they deserve your love, they deserve your voice. And when it's not appropriate for you to use your voice, they deserve your amplification. I hope you've enjoyed celebrating Black creators with me this week, but I also hope that it doesn't stop here. I hope that this is a change in lifestyle that will continue as we move forward as a country, as a species, and hopefully we come out on the other end of this time of chaos better than when we went in. And it's going to be highly dependent on making sure that we are aware of ourselves, aware of people around us, and that we are doing everything that we can to spread that love. And to listen. Not so much to make it about ourselves or what we've got going on, but to listen. Because the most difficult thing, some people would say, the one impossible thing that you can't express to somebody is your point of view. It's unique to yours. But we gotta try hard. We gotta try super, super, super hard. And I have faith that we'll get there, because I know you guys. Even though all you schmoes are just a small cross-section of the population, the fact that you're there and what I know about you guys makes me feel that there is some hope for the future. So go out there, go support Black Lives Matter, go donate when you can, go spread the word when you can't, be safe and be healthy. Okay, you guys? That's it for me tonight. Do you guys have somebody that you would like to raid tonight? I didn't research beforehand. So if there's somebody you'd like to kick it in, we will go spread the love to another channel. Lung Kisser, that's exactly what my plan is. I have some ideas in my head, but it's gonna take a while for me to implement. XY pop. That's what Booty is telling me. XY pop. That's all good to me. I can't see the stream, but I'm taking Booty's word for it. That's who we're gonna raid today, guys. Be good. I will see you. I think we're probably doing D&D on Sunday, but stay tuned for any schedule changes and stuff as we kind of feel how things are going.